Hello! This is Yahweasel. I own 563 games and counting, but haven't played most of them on this channel, so every week I'll play a random game in what I've cleverly titled Random Game Weekly. This week's game, come on, perfect. Oh, it's read-only memories, that's the important part of the title, is 2064 read-only memories. Look at that good timing of video game to intro commentary. As usual, I know nothing about this game. I own it. That doesn't mean I know what I'm doing at all. Never played it before. Just launched it lips live. Tell you what. Okay, we're seeing our own screen. The Drost effect! And the version was 64, suspiciously, for a game called 2064. Is that a year? Is that what I'm gathering from this?
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body.
Or creepification, whichever.
Every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology.
Or to play Kirby, whichever.
Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day.
It's a utopia for furries.
With a fast-paced...
Great.
They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back.
What are ROMs?
Survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines.
And like all brainless machines, they go...
The relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Mega Man! Wait, no. What's the classic anime robot child that isn't Mega Man? That one too? 2064 read-only memories. That guy, I gotta say, I love your voiceover guy. It's very good. I wish I could do such a pleasant baritone, but my baritone, while acceptable, does not carry the same weight. Prologue! Very 80s styly prologue there. 12/20, I guess December 20th, or the 20th month, 12th day of 2064. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. We're playing a point-and-click game. Understood. Okay. Why would I touch a book when I'm living in 2064? That's just a strawberry floating there. That seems problematic. You don't know exactly what that ooze is, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Yeah, that seems fine. Why don't you stick your hands in it? Running water might just make it worse. So, sort of a similar environment to a game I played a couple weeks ago, Techno Babylon. Very sort of late Sierra style controls. A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. Well, mine now. Let's talk to it. A page only holds the opinions of its author. This one's blank. Wow, I'm so strongly opinionated, I guess. Let's try to read a book. Let's imagine what it's like to read a book. A copy of Wigfield. Sometimes the old books are the best, especially to keep your window propped open. Ah, it is keeping my window propped open, so if I take this, my window will close. The classics can get boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. Okay, so much for that. Lappy the laptop? Ah, good old Lappy. It may not be the most powerful or the fastest or have the best screen, but, well, it works. Yeah! Such widescreen. Lappy is a bit of a relic. Live intelligence something. Oh boy, YouTube! You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. Apparently I'm a journalist of some sort. Okay, let's watch YouTube instead. This is //. I'm so glad that Windows has lived into 2064. Thanks, guys. The premier online video network. This app is like a mesh of all active streams. Great. Do it. I don't want to write. The walls are paper thin. Watching a live feed at this hour would probably cause your neighbors to kill you. I haven't discovered headphones. You wonder if there could possibly be anything nearby that might aid you on your quest, like headphones. I guess let's write my article. That's inbox. Journal logic. Okay, today. Let's see what's going on with my inbox. Spam, scam, a bill. Your account is past due in the amount of 1,396.4 credits. Failure to restore your account may result in termination of service. The power plant power. Okay. Oh yes, that age-old choice between food or electricity. Work mail. Hey there. I'm the lead editor for WTF Sounds, formerly OMG Sounds. We're a new up-and-coming audio review feed looking for a hot talent who need a platform for their work. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure, and if we like your stuff, could possibly throw some creds your way, but probably not. Don't they know people die of exposure? Ha-ha! Clever. Rent mail. According to this email, your rent is nearly due. Better get that article submitted soon. Promotional mail. Invitation. Weekly update. What was I invited to? An invite to come see the lighting ceremony of the Christmas tree downtown from your friends at Dr. Trisha Le DDS. Is that Le? Is that the correct pronunciation of that name? Why would your dentist invite you to a lighting ceremony? Feels like a trap. Probably a trap. What, do we avoid our dentist? Are we some kind of coward? Yeah, go back. Let's check OK Today. Let's see what OK Today is. OK Today is Neo San Francisco's most beloved morning show. All about news and entertainment. People in Neo, Oklahoma are still confused by the name. Wow. This is the show's online newspaper called The Scan Line. OK Today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. I assume this is my Journal Logic. Isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still gets updates for a machine as old as yours. Before you can review the GX Ultra Beats, you must become one with the GX Ultra Beats. Where did you put those damn... Yep, headphones. Got it. Okay. So the headphones are somewhere, probably in a drawer. I could go to sleep instead. Stack of papers. What is YMO? Your friend Hayden gave this to you. The group is old, but the music is timeless. That's what he said, at least. Hello, GX Ultra Beats headphones. Headphones added to items. Those are those GX Ultra Beats you have to do a product review on. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. They're smart enough to plug into things. I don't want to play music. I want to attach it to my laptop. Yeah, that's what a piano sounds like, sure. want to... Oh, it's making a sound. It's there. So this is obviously the, you know, play all the music thing. Ah, and it's yellow if you've already heard it. So I've heard a bit of that. All of these I've presumably heard just by playing the game. Okay, got it. Hey, there's my ID card. Small plastic ID card with your name, picture, and stats. Okay, that would have been a good place for character customization, but we're just going to pretend like that isn't there. Use an item on Lappy, okay. The GX Ultra Beats sync automatically as you start to watch a live concert from Oakland. Great. Let's do things. Let's watch some video with my GX Ultra Beats. The GX Ultra Beats sync to Lappy automatically as you connect to one of the less pornographic feeds. Your best options are usually limited to video game streams. Hi! Hi, viewers! Old concert recordings and live cams of baby animals. Your choice is clear. Lappy speakers feel neglected, but now you have the first-hand experience needed to start actually writing the review. First part of the work is done. You're so accomplished. Yeah, I've been watching a video game Let's Play for 3 minutes, and, you know, the Let's Player doesn't actually do anything with their audio, barely understands how to, you know, do any sort of dynamic range normalization, or, audio leveling, or, you know, noise, suppression, or anything. But yeah, that's definitely the best way to test out headphones. Oh, God. I've already decided against looking at that. It's so... Hi, Charlie Nova. Sports, local news. What is that? Okay, let's take a quick look at the current events. Story about the human revolution. Human revolution remains vigilant in #StayHuman protests in Upper Market. December 19th, the Human Revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various genus clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Can we just call them the anti-furries? And can I join them? Genus, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorized in their own city. "We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are," said Crane. "Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us," he continued, "and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require." The Human Revolution stands behind their claim that Genus is dividing the human experience by providing hybrids with gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genus, in addition to newer cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary, furry future. Who is saying that? They're playing God. They're playing games. They're playing God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody who knows into who knows what, said one protester who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as this story develops late into the holiday 2064 season. June Valmarana, OK Today. Well, that was actually news. That's news. A story about a broken down Froyo stand. The exclamation point made me want to read it. Golden Gate Park vandalism on the rise. December 19th, reports show that local foodie booth JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of a rogue ROM committing an act of vandalism. Oh, the car was evidently attacked and damaged by a large ROM that had no shell. Witnesses state that the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearing trees on the western side of the park. It's Bigfoot! This is the first case of a ROM being reported live on its own in the wild as a stray. Police say that tracking down a potential owner of the ROM is likely impossible. Some speculate that the strange ROM may have been framed by vandals who set their crime deliberately to make it appear to have been carried out by the ROM rogue or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us that the rogue ROM is purely a myth that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businesses have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to their models. Is this wild ROM the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained. More as this story progresses. Mel Hopkins, okay today. It's enough for me, I don't want to read the sports news. Alright, time to get work out of the way. Let's do this. Tappity tappity tappity, selling your soul bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, you big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal. Surely. @mail! Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed. Yep, that's all I wanted to do. You sync up the headphones and watch a live stream of the recaps of yesterday's big game. Great, thanks. Bye, lips. This plant is in pretty bad shape. Isn't this supposed to be one of the easier plants to take care of? It looks like a strawberry. Careful, the poor thing is more fragile than a snowflake. Sync up the beats. No, don't listen. It's not a good vibe. Talk to the coffee. This cup has really cooled off on talking. Ha 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 ha. Talk to your plants. They say plants react positively to conversation, but this poor thing might be too far gone already. Talk to the goo. You ask the blob in the sink not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. I should, deal with that goo in some way. Can I take this paper? It sort of suits the room's aesthetics better with it there on the ground. Great. Okay, fine. Yeah. So, don't use paper, and yet I have paper. Can I just leave? It's late and nothing is really open right now. What do you mean nothing is open right now? It's 2064 in Neo San Francisco. Everything is open 24/7, you lying video game. Ruh-roh. Hi, Mega Man. What's up?
Good. You're finally awake.
Hey there, actual voice acting. What's up?
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient.
I mean, I could just fix that by going down to genus, couldn't I?
Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
Would it have to be cybernetic? I thought genus was sort of bioengineering. What the hecky? Hecky is... They needed a Bowdlerism of a Bowdlerism, apparently. I think blah is the most likely reaction, but I'm gonna go with, how did you get into my apartment?
I came in through the door, of course.
Can we... nope. I was just thinking, can we change the volume, but escape doesn't seem to be a menu.
The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious.
I need a better door.
It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code.
Let's see, 17 trillion current computers are at like 4 gigahertz, it's 4 billion. So that's, 17,000 seconds. That's 17,000 seconds in modern computing time. If we assume that it's highly multi-core, it might be reasonable to say it has like 1,000 cores. If it has 1,000 cores, that's 17 seconds, and that's even assuming no better than 4 gigahertz. Yeah, it didn't take you very long, did it?
It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the Secugate M/14723-B.
Great. I just worked out that 17 trillion isn't that much. Ah, menu, good. Can I save? I can save in the middle of a conversation? I had to type slowly because game. Apparently I can save in the middle of a conversation. Incredible. And I can turn the music down so that the voice is actually audible.
Don't feel too bad.
I mean, I don't feel bad. I feel angry at my crap landlord about that.
I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you.
Oh, I shouldn't have made it 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter.
Great.
Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken.
Fair enough. Can you climb windows? B, why did you need 17 trillion cycles to decide to try the birth date of my dog? That can't have been your 17 trillionth guess. I assumed you were actually, like, breaking the algorithm, but it sounds more like you were just brute forcing likely passwords.
And that you left it open.
Yep.
I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly.
Why would the door store, independently of it being the password, my dog's birthday?
I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience.
Hard to disagree with that.
The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
What, are you a door salesman? Hold on, what are you doing in my apartment anyway?
Oh, I hope you don't mind.
I do.
While you were asleep, I had some space.
I molested you.
So I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC.
Is that, the new sorting mechanism now? You didn't clean my sink. All you did was, like, move a paper up there, get rid of my old coffee, and, hopefully not screw up my computer too much.
Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro-actuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit.
Really? This is clean? The goo is clean?
As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've, run into a bit of a snag.
It's old? Forget all that. Well, you did break into my apartment, you know. You realize you broke in.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden, until now.
Oh, Hayden. Okay. My idiot friend sent you, huh? Hayden Weber, apparently.
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
He put his brain into me. I am Hayden now. I am Hayden. Do you love me? I am Hayden. I haven't seen Hayden in over a year. Where is he? He is me. I am Hayden.
I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
Slow down. Just start from the beginning.
The beginning. Okay. Yes, I can do that. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me.
Yeah, earlier tonight, my apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. It seems to be a bit of a rash, doesn't it?
He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left.
Okay. Why would they want Hayden?
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me.
Yeah, could you describe what you are, Mega Man? Who are you anyway? What do you have to do with it? And why do I not recognize the fact that you're a robot, and why am I not asking anything about that?
Ah, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Hi, can I call you Alan?
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
How about creations? How about Frankenstein monsters?
He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his.
A fully intelligent, fully, independent machine, I suppose.
Exploring true artificial sapience.
Sure.
It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him.
Yeah, or more likely you, but whatever.
Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves.
Given all I saw in the news, the former seems more likely, although the distinct possibility of former leading to latter is also possible. How are you? What do you mean, how are you any different? I'm holding a conversation! Tell me more.
A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them.
But they don't ramble on like a lunatic.
But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner.
Or an inorganic manner. Usually, most of the time. Siri, do something not stupid.
They aren't in any way self-deterministic.
That's a philosophical question, but sure.
As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me.
Fair enough.
But despite my ability to self-modify my code...
He is a neural network, a learning computer.
I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance.
Sure, I mean, they've kind of made you aesthetically a child to suggest that you might have a childlike level of intellectual development. I don't know if Hayden is planning on replacing your body to make it clearer when you're an adult, though. That gets very weird.
Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
Or is all free will an illusion? Dun dun dun. Really lame philosophy. How would you know one way or the other?
How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question.
I mean, obviously, you're not supposed to come bearing insight. Your existence is an insight.
How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
Dramatic. I think we're getting a little too philosophical here. I couldn't agree more, me. And by philosophical, I mean pseudo-philosophical. Why am I your... We already talked about why anybody would want to be out for Hayden. Why am I your best hope? Because you're the only name I've heard of.
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book.
All two of them.
Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me.
Great. Good for me.
And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
Ah, okay. So you wouldn't want to go to just somebody you worked with, because that would be obvious, and they would go after that person. So instead, you went with somebody you didn't work with, and didn't have a very close connection. We haven't talked in a year, but that had enough sort of knowledge and insight that he could be useful. What a brilliant artificial life form you are. What a terrible thing to say! Just, this is horrific, so I guess I'm gonna say this.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
But I'm not an investigator, I'm a journalist. What are you talking about? We'll see about that.
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable.
Was I like a freelance investigator who decided to become a freelance writer because, hey, why not?
If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden.
Was someone out for... Well, apparently I have to ask that eventually.
I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert. But he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked.
You realize it's not paranoia if it's correct. If he was actually kidnapped, then that vindicates his so-called paranoia, and it's not paranoia anymore. It's paranoia if it's just, you know, delusion. It's not paranoia if there's actually people after you.
It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Probably they would, though. Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
Great, thanks. I definitely have the finances, what with my late rent and unpaid bills. I don't like any of these answers. This is what I want to say, but it's sort of like, he's not going to get sarcasm, he's a child. But this is a good question. Why not go to the police?
No, we can't.
Why not?
The last things Hayden told me was to avoid the authorities. We must be cautious about who we inform of this.
Why?
My calculations show that the possibilities of a leak are dangerous.
Okay, so if the police are sort of, of mixed, loyalties.
Corruption, despite being a challenge to public trust as well as cohesion of departmental policies, is still a possibility to consider. If it becomes public that Hayden has been kidnapped, his life may be put in further danger. His chances of escape would surely decrease. We must keep this to ourselves for now, please.
Wow, you can plead, huh? All right, come on, let's go. Into the world of Commodore 64 behind the door. It's the next day, apparently. Well, I did just sleep. Yeah, okay, it is the next day, fine.
That's strange.
The fact that your face changes to an exclamation point, I can't disagree there.
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
I mean, more likely a maintenance robot. I don't think he can mishear. That's a human characteristic.
It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it, genius.
At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully.
Great, which door?
It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
Gee, thanks. We shouldn't disturb any evidence just in case we need to go to the police after all. Just be careful. I mean, we shouldn't disturb any evidence, but we should collect evidence. I'm afraid this will, like, make us not go in.
Will do.
I see some signs of a struggle. This is struggle-ish. Okay, this is maybe video gaming equipment over here. Can I just use his computer? No, I can't interact with the screen. I don't know. Other than the fact that this is on the ground, doesn't look like much of a struggle.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals.
He's slightly smaller than I am.
I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
What? Okay, I guess all the others presumably are, but he has free will, I would assume.
Of course not. How silly.
Yeah, you have free will.
To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify.
I'm not convinced that self-deterministic is a word. Or I don't think that means much, because, like, self-determining would work, but, deterministic means, following strict rules, and it's sort of, usually taken as the opposite of free will, although it's not legitimately an opposite of free will and blah, blah, blah philosophy, but, as a consequence, it doesn't really make any sense. Self-deterministic, well, deterministic means you follow a set of laws, so, it's not... It would be self-deterministic if it's like you enforce those laws, but then it is still just a set of laws. It doesn't make any sense. I don't agree with that phrase.
Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually.
I don't have a lot of silicon in me.
I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Well, I'm glad you don't care to. Please don't. It would be fun to see you try. I mean, he's small, but I think he could, he's made of metal. He could do it. Well, I understand why don't you, because he's an actual intelligence. He's, in the same reason humans don't. You don't randomly attack people because it doesn't benefit you to randomly attack people. All of these are terrible. You know what? I'm going to save. I'm running long here, but I feel like I haven't sort of gotten into the game proper. I feel like I'm still sort of in the prologue. Oh, we get all of the... Wow, what a large number of slots were provided. I can't find the word I was looking for. All 2 of them. Or maybe it's maybe it expands as you go. I'm just gonna name this J. I swear I pressed enter. Oh, I guess my cursor was over J. Okay, it's yeah, okay, it expands as you go. Please rip my arm off.
I won't, for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people.
Because the police are about?
The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you.
Yep, I agree.
It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though.
Yes.
I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense.
Well, he did tell you not to.
But I...
was afraid. Let's focus on finding him.
Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Memory card. Broken technology. Game consoles. Let's just play some video games. We gain the strength of the temptation we resist. Ah, fine. So you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now. Broken technology. A ROM component and Hayden's headset. He must have been in the middle of working on something. Well, tell you what, I'm running long, so we'll have to end it, but definite Yahweasel seal of approval. This is very interesting, and there's obviously a lot of depth to it. The characters are, I haven't seen a lot of characters yet, but they're well characterized for the characters that are there. The interface is, classic styly, but very usable. I say but very usable as if those two things are opposed to each other. They're not. Yeah, good fun. Good fun. So next week, another random game. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, tell me what you like best on this or any other video on my channel to help me make compilations. Cheers from Yahweasel.